3 reality TV stories, 3 uncomfortable questions, and somebody's carefully controlled image is about to crack. First up, Kara wants to look fearless, but viewers think her tough girl energy feels more forced every time she is challenged. Is it real confidence or armor hiding insecurity? Meanwhile, Marissa says Edward feels like another child, but did she expect a man entering a new country and unfamiliar family to instantly become the perfect husband? Maybe Edward is too passive, or maybe Marissa never gives him room to lead. And finally, Loren is shutting down rumors that she and Alexei permanently moved to Israel. Despite their love for the country, their work, children, and daily life remain firmly based in Florida. Like the video, subscribe to Truth Talk Tribe, and turn on notifications. Let's start with Kara and why viewers believe her confidence is becoming a performance. Kara may think she is serving fearless confidence, but viewers are starting to wonder whether the tough girl act is becoming harder to believe every time she is challenged. A viral Reddit discussion put her behavior under a microscope, with fans questioning everything from her dramatic hand movements to the way she reacts when a conversation stops going in her favor. And the real issue is not that Kara speaks loudly or refuses to back down. Reality television needs strong personalities. The problem is that some viewers now feel like they are watching a character instead of a person. Every scene seems to arrive with the volume already turned up. Kara walks into disagreements as if she is preparing for the reunion before the season is even over. Her voice gets sharper, her gestures become bigger, and even an ordinary conversation can start feeling like a performance designed to produce the perfect soundbite. That is why her emotional moments are getting such a complicated reaction. Viewers have noticed a pattern where Kara appears completely in control while she's delivering criticism, but quickly becomes overwhelmed when someone challenges her in return. Crying does not automatically mean manipulation, and a person can be strong one minute and genuinely hurt the next. But timing changes how the audience reads a scene. When someone wants the authority of being the toughest person in the room and the sympathy of being the most wounded, fans begin asking whether vulnerability is being used to avoid accountability. That does not prove Kara is pretending. It simply explains why some viewers feel emotionally pulled in 2 directions. Her financial story adds another layer. Kara has spoken about the pressure of supporting her family and making adult content to provide for them. That deserves empathy because viewers do not know every private struggle behind those choices. But hardship also does not make anyone immune from criticism. Fans can respect the sacrifices she believes she made while still questioning how she treats people. Explaining a decision is different from using that decision as a shield whenever someone challenges your behavior. And maybe the loud confidence is not completely fake. Sometimes people perform toughness because they are terrified of looking weak. The bold persona becomes armor, the attitude becomes protection, and the need to dominate every room comes from insecurity rather than genuine confidence. Reality television can make that even worse. Once producers and audiences reward a cast member for being confrontational, that person can become trapped inside the exaggerated version of themselves that gets the biggest reaction. Fans are divided, but many agree on one thing. Criticism should stay focused on Kara's behavior, not cruel comments about her appearance. There's already plenty to debate without crossing that line. Stick around because Kara is not the only cast member being accused of creating the exact problem she complains about. Next, Marissa says Edward feels like another child, but viewers think her need for control may be turning him into one. Marissa says Edward feels like another child, but viewers are asking whether she helped create the exact dynamic she now resents. Their relationship looked effortless when it existed inside a vacation bubble, no school schedules, demanding household routines, or relatives watching every interaction. Marissa could relax, Edward could take the lead, and both of them got to experience the easiest version of each other. Then, Edward entered Marissa's real life and everything changed. Suddenly, she was managing her children, the house, transportation, plans, and the emotional temperature of the relationship. Edward appeared passive, spent time on his phone, and often answered questions with some version of whatever you want. For someone already carrying the family's mental load, that kind of answer can become exhausting. It may sound agreeable, but after enough unanswered questions, it can feel like one person is quietly handing every decision back to the other. That is the strongest argument in Marissa's favor. She does not simply want Edward physically present. She wants a partner who notices what needs to be done, makes decisions, and removes responsibilities from her plate without waiting for detailed instructions. But viewers quickly pointed out the other side. Edward had barely arrived in a completely unfamiliar country. He was entering a new home, adapting to new routines, meeting her family, and trying to understand his place around her children. Marissa expected initiative, but what exactly was he supposed to take control of? Should he plan activities in a city he does not know, drive unfamiliar roads, start making household decisions before learning how the household operates? When he says Marissa can choose what they do, that may not always mean laziness. It could simply mean he trusts the person who actually knows the area. And that exposes the biggest contradiction in her complaints. When Marissa visited Edward, she could depend on him because he understood the language, surroundings, and culture. Once those roles reversed, his dependence suddenly became unattractive. The situation becomes even more complicated because Marissa often speaks to Edward like someone she's already managing. She corrects him, questions his judgment, and then becomes frustrated when he hesitates to lead. But when every decision risks criticism, doing nothing can start feeling like the safest choice. That creates a vicious cycle. Marissa sees hesitation and becomes more controlling. Edward feels controlled and becomes even more passive. Then his passivity becomes proof that Marissa was right to control everything from the beginning. Edward still doesn't get a complete pass. Moving countries may be overwhelming, but he can ask how to help, put down the phone, and make small efforts without needing a full instruction manual. Fans seem divided between believing Edward is too comfortable letting Marissa carry everything and believing Marissa wants leadership only when it matches decisions she has already approved. Some viewers even suspect they fell in love with vacation versions of each other that were never built for ordinary family life. Don't go anywhere because the next couple is facing major questions about where they truly plan to build their future. Coming up, Loren finally addresses whether she and Alexei have actually left Florida behind for a permanent move to Israel. Loren and Alexei may love Israel deeply, but they are not packing up their Florida life anytime soon. After growing speculation that the 90-Day Fiancé couple had permanently relocated, Loren finally gave fans a direct answer. The rumors grew because the pair frequently share their connection to Alexei's home country, travel there with their children, and speak openly about how important Israel remains to their family. Loren and Alexei's story began in Israel, where they met during her birthright trip while Alexei was working as a medic. That connection eventually became a marriage, a family, and one of the franchise's longest-running relationships. So whenever they post photos from Israel or talk about returning, some viewers immediately assume a permanent move is already underway. During a recent question and answer session, one fan told Loren that because she and Alexei love Israel so much, they should simply move there. Loren responded by making it clear that visiting a place every year is very different from rebuilding an entire life there. Their everyday world is still firmly rooted in Florida. Alexei has work there, their children have school and routines, and the family has created a stable life in the United States. Walking away from all of that would not be as simple as booking flights, packing suitcases, and starting over. Loren explained that they have discussed the idea in the past, especially because Alexei's relatives are still in Israel, and the couple wants their children to maintain a strong connection to that side of the family. But for now, regular visits make more sense than a permanent relocation. She described Israel as their second home, which seems to be the key distinction. It is a place filled with family, memories, cultural meaning, and emotional history, but Florida remains the base where their daily responsibilities are built. The couple has also been public about supporting Israel, particularly after the war began. Their reaction was emotional, and they continued expressing love for the country even while facing criticism from people who disagreed with their position. That public support may be another reason some fans assumed they were preparing to move. But loving a country, defending it, and visiting family there does not automatically mean relocating permanently. Loren's answer suggests that the emotional desire may exist, but the practical reality is much more complicated. Their future could change as their children grow, work situations shift, or family needs become more urgent. Right now, however, there is no secret move and no abandoned Florida life. Loren and Alexei are staying where they are while continuing to make Israel an important part of their family's identity through travel and time with relatives. Fans remain divided, with some believing the couple may eventually move and others saying their Florida lifestyle is simply too established to leave behind. For now, any claim that they have already relocated appears to be speculation rather than reality.